Hi everyone, myself Pratik. Today welcome you all for my YouTube channel. So in this video, I would like to demonstrate about how to install Jenkins on CentOS machines. So it is necessary who is using a Linux machines, they can use the CentOS or Ubuntu based on their Linux distros. They can use their Linux distribution machines to install their Jenkins and work on it. So in this video, I would like to demonstrate how to install Jenkins on CentOS. So I have a shell script which we can able to use it for to install a Jenkins on. So this is my laptop where I am using a Windows 11. So where my VirtualBox is running on Windows 10 in the VirtualBox the CentOS machine is running. So this is the CentOS machine. So presently where I am in the CentOS mission where you can able to do a host name CTL. So this is a Jenkins server. So I've named a host name into Jenkins server. So and the operating system is CentOS Stream 8. So in the previous video I just showed you how to install a CentOS 8 in VirtualBox. So that's the same image which I am using here. So the next thing which you want to do is that, so after installing a Jenkins where we have to do is we have to access it with the port 8080. So first let us see the script. So ls, so this is the startup script where I have downloaded from the GitHub actually. So this is the startup script where I am seeing. So where you can also download where you can also copy this content from the GitHub. So I will paste the GitHub URL so below the video description so that you can use this GitHub script so that you can able to install it. So let us run this script actually. So before running this, you have to check the permission to run this script. So I have all the execution and read and execution permission so that I can execute. So if you don't have, so you can use, so change modification and so once you gave this command, so it's going to change the execution permissions for to execute this. Next you can execute this shell script. So it is going to ask for the password, root password, so which you set for the user where you logged in. So now it is started downloading. So I'm going to explain what it is doing. First it is going to install duplicate. So duplicate is a utility where you can be able to download any thing which you want to download it from the outside the external world. So it is accessing HTTPS. That's the reason we require duplicate. If the duplicate is not there in your machine, so in the Linux machine of CentOS, it's going to download it first. So then it's going to access this repo, and in this repo it is going to download this package from the Jenkins and sudo rpm import. So it's going to import the key Jenkins key from the official Jenkins website. So then it's going to upgrade. So upgrading the Linux machine of CentOS is very much important, because why it is going to happen is that, so if you don't upgrade the Linux machine, what it's going to happen, you're going to run into an error like so this key has some problem, or some error will come actually. That's the reason the better to update and upgrade your Linux machine so that your Linux machine is up to date. So after that you need to install a Java 11 JDK. It is one of the requirement. Java Jenkins is a dependency on Java. It's going to run on top of Java actually. So the supported version of Java is 11 and 17. So you have to install at least 11, or you should install 17. So this is the command. So sudo m install Java 11 OpenJDK. So and you won't it is going to ask whether you have to install it or, so that we have given y here, yes actually. After that it's going to install Jenkins. So and after that it's going to start the Jenkins. So I will going to show you how it is being done actually. So now it is been downloading actually. So since the duplicate is already installed, it is giving us that dependency is already installed. Now it is started pulling from the external internet. So now it is started upgrading the Linux machine. Now you can able to see it is started upgrading. So since my internet is fast, actually it is been downloading fast actually, and upgrading the Linux CentOS machine. So once after this upgrade process completes, so it's going to start installing OpenJDK 11 actually. So after the OpenJDK 11, it start installing Jenkins. So let us wait for some time. So it is almost 67, 68. So now the OpenJDK, since I have already installed the OpenJDK 11 already, so now it didn't download. It is detecting the underlying the local thing. So it is to reflecting it's completed. Java JDK is already installed. So now after that, it Jenkins, it's checking for Jenkins. Jenkins is already installed. So that's the reason it is throwing us completed. So after that, it is requiring to start Jenkins. For that, it requires uh, any root user permissions. So that's the reason it's asking for the root user permission. If you are using in a virtual box, it's going to ask for the user, how many users are there in this particular machine. So then you can choose and you provide the password. It's going to work perfectly. So let us check system CTL status Jenkins. So it is running. The one thing which we want to observe is that it is active and running, but you can see it is disabled. So whenever you log in to this server, this will be disabled and you can able to access it. That's the reason what we can do. So systemctl Jenkins enable Jenkins. So it is throwing us an error saying that you doesn't have required permission to do it. So you do it with the sudo command. It works perfectly fine. So after that, let's again check the Jenkins status. So now you can able to see the Jenkins server. Now it is, before it was disabled. So where you can able to see disabled. So now it is enabled. So you can able to access it from the URL actually. Go to the web page and you can type the IP and the port 8080. You will be popped up with Jenkins initial page, which I showed you when installing it is in Windows. So you grab that path like war initial admin password. So grab that path and go to that path, and you could able to see the initial password, and you can give the initial password and you can able to log in the Jenkins. So that's all guys for this video. So